The Senate Judiciary Committee advanced the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett into the Supreme Court. Democrats, possibly in an effort to further embarrass themselves, boycotted the vote, which means it's time for another episode of The Dumb and the Feckless.
One of my prayers is that the Republicans will take back their party.
Things keep dripping out, drip, 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 and the truth comes out.
So Senate Democrats believe that the whole process has been nothing more than a sham. And so as a result, they decided to boycott the vote as if the vote in the Senate Judiciary Committee wouldn't just go on without them. It did go on without them. The vote was 12-0 with no Democrats present to officially register their objections. Democratic senators boycotted the proceedings to protest Republicans fast-tracking the nomination of the 48-year-old conservative jurist within days of the November 3rd election. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said the full Senate will vote Monday on the Barrett nomination. Republicans who hold a 53-47 majority have the votes to install her on the court. So I do want to remind you all that while they wanted to go on with this boycott of the Senate Judiciary vote, during the actual proceedings, a Democrat, Senator Dianne Feinstein, talked about how lovely the confirmation hearings were. She even gave her Republican colleague, Lindsey Graham, a nice big bear hug right after the proceedings had ended. And what did that lead to? Well, the Senate GOP putting together this lovely ad.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to thank you. This has been one of the best set of hearings that I've participated in. And I want to thank you for your fairness, and it leaves one with a lot of hopes. Thank you so much for your leadership.
So Amy Coney Barrett could be sworn in as early as Tuesday because of the dumb and the feckless who don't really know how to fight anything, especially in Congress. So Cenk, go off.
Yeah, all right, here at the Young Turks, we're pirates, we're outlaws. We do a segment called The Dumb and the Feckless that we're doing right now, and we have Pelosi and Schumer in it. That makes us different than every piece of media in the country. Mainstream media, they love Nancy Pelosi. They think she's a genius and so tough in politics. They're also the ones who kissed Dianne Feinstein's ass as she ran for re-election in 2018, lauding what a genius and expert she was and how experienced she was in defending the Democratic Party. That self-owned by Dianne Feinstein is one of the dumbest things I have ever seen in politics. The Republicans stole a Supreme Court seat by not confirming Merrick Garland for over a year. They're going to confirm Amy Coney Barrett a week before the election. Feinstein, the moron, goes on and says, Lindsey Graham, these are the best hearings I've ever seen. And then she gives him a big bear hug. And look at Lindsey Graham's surprise, like he's like, I can't believe she's that dumb. We'll turn this into an ad. And then I'm sure she was shocked. Oh, the Republicans used my words saying how awesome they are in an ad. Oh, and the media helped them because they called me the most liberal person. And now it looks like the most liberal person thinks that the Republicans are the fairest people on earth. Come on. So the rest of the media is lying to you. They just are. If you can't call that stupid, you're not doing news. Well, I can't tell really. I've been covering politics for 25 years, and maybe that was a brilliant move by Dianne Feinstein to help the Republicans confirm the Supreme Court justice. I can't tell. What do I know? News or politics? I don't know anything. That's what the rest of the clowns on TV do, okay? That was moronic. All right, now, look guys, could they have stopped Amy Coney Barrett? It's not 100% clear that they could have, but I laid out the minute she was nominated, you can go back and watch it, 5 different tactics they could have used that would have made it a real fight, could have delayed it. And why is delay so important? They're confirming her literally, not proverbially, literally a week before the election. All they had to do was find a way to delay it 4 working days. And they couldn't do it. So first of all, how many of the 5 tactics did they use? And am I the only one that thought of those tactics? No, everybody knows what those tactics are. You know how many of them they used? Zero, none of them, none of them. Now, when it's too late, they come out and go, we won't show up. Oh my God, that'll be such great optics. And everyone on MSNBC will say how brave we are. And maybe they'll replay me doing this, and so we'll seem like a genius. And if you say, hey, wait, what does Pelosi have to do with this? This is in the Senate. No, Pelosi could have used delaying tactics in the House that would have affected the Senate. Nope. No. We got to keep everything going. We got to keep everything moving. My donors would be so upset if I actually did anything, right? I mean, I raised $720 million from donors over my lifetime, but no one on television has told you that that's corrupt. They say those $720 million was just because of good feelings, right? So now what are they going to do next? Oh, they say they're going to speechify next week. Ooh. Now, if the speechifying was to delay it long enough to make a difference, great, then I'm super in favor of it, okay? Then do all the speeches you want, make them bad, make them boring, I don't care, right? But I told you to do that from the minute she was nominated because now it's too late. So instead, they're gonna be like, oh, are the cameras on? I will now do a speech that makes no difference at all. I'm a Democrat. And then they're gonna put her on the court. And now, what is Biden doing? Biden just clarified to 60 Minutes what he's gonna do about the court expansion. Guys, see, Democrats, the whole point was to threaten court expansion, so you told Republicans and the American people, the Republicans are packing the court now by blocking Garland and putting Barrett in and being wildly hypocritical in doing that. The Republicans are packing the court and they leave us no choice. If they put Barrett on the court before the election, we will have to expand the court to counter that after the election so that you have a fighter's chance of the Republicans going, well, I don't want them to expand the court. Maybe we wait till after the election. Maybe the public puts enough pressure on them to wait after the election. I'm not saying it definitely would have happened, but that was the thought behind that strategy. Instead, Biden comes out and goes, I'm gonna do a bipartisan commission afterwards to see if we should expand it. Okay, here, Joe, can I save you the time and trouble? The Republicans are not going to agree to expand the court. Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell are not going to agree. Really, come on, really. I mean, so which one is it, Biden's team? Are you lying to us in thinking, oh, you know what? We know the Republicans aren't going to agree to expand the court, but we'll lie to you to pretend we're doing something when we know we're not going to do a goddamn thing, and we've bungled this in 1,000 different ways? Or are you that stupid? Really, at this late date, are you stupid enough to think that Mitch McConnell might agree to court expansion after the election, after he's got a 6-3 advantage on the Supreme Court? I don't believe anybody's that stupid, not even Democrats. So they're lying to you right in front of your face and going, doesn't matter. TV and the New York Times and NPR will all cover for us, and they'll call us geniuses no matter how much we do nothing to actually fight for the things that you care about.
Yeah, and when I really think about the impact an overwhelmingly conservative Supreme Court would have on our lives, I mean, the thing that everyone keeps focusing on, and I think this is legitimate, I'm not trying to downplay it, but it's always the social issues, right? It's always reproductive rights. Luckily, there has been some focus on what this would mean for the Affordable Care Act once Amy Coney Barrett is sworn into the Supreme Court. And there's also some worry about how the Supreme Court would rule on the election results as soon as Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed on the Supreme Court and sworn in. But there's never really a deep discussion on what this overwhelmingly Supreme Court is gonna do to things like labor protections, what it's gonna do when it comes to issues that essentially lead to more corporate deregulation, more corporate power. Those are the issues that I think most people should be very concerned about, but I feel like those are the issues that corporate Democrats don't really care about at all, which is why they never bring up those issues. They never talk about how it's gonna impact people's lives. They talk about the Affordable Care Act because that's part of Obama's legacy. And sure, I'm sure they care about Americans losing protections for pre-existing conditions as well. But the fury that you're feeling right now, Cenk, is justified because this goes far beyond what we've heard legacy media outlets focus on. This is gonna really have an impact on workers in this country for decades to come.
Yeah, so Sheldon Whitehouse is pretty much the only guy who brought up Citizens United. He did a couple of good speeches on it, credit where credit is due. We're not looking to bash Democrats because we want to. Wouldn't it be amazing if we had representatives that actually represented us and represented the progressive side? That's why we're excited about Justice Democrats and they're Democrats. If you really wanted to fight Barrett and get people really riled up about it, including Republican voters, because they could have pressured Republican senators, the speeches you would have given at that point is, Amy Barrett, do you believe that when a corporation gives $1 million to a politician, that they're just speaking to them? Because that's what Citizens United and all those court cases say. How about $10 million? Well, I can't tell because she says every time, I can't tell. You can't tell when a corporation gives 10 million. How about if a corporation gives $100 million to a politician? Is that just talking to them? Is a corporation a human being? I can't tell. Okay, well, you see this? This is the swamp, this is corruption. But no Democrat would ever do that because they're also corrupt. That's keeping it real. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.